This 25-year-old high school dropout is living in Dubai penthouses, driving Lamborghinis, and flexing $20,000 watches on Instagram. He's got 5.78 million YouTube subscribers, and he's making somewhere between $8 to $12 million a year. And you know what's absolutely wild? Almost none of it comes from running the agencies he teaches you to build. You've seen the videos, right? How I made $100,000 by age 19, or start your SMMA in 30 days. And you're sitting there in your bedroom thinking, if I just buy his course, maybe I can quit this soul-sucking job and live that laptop lifestyle. But here's the truth bomb nobody's dropping. 95% of people who try to build an SMMA crash and burn within a year. And even the people who actually pay Iman $1,500 for his course. Only about 1 in 10 ever signs a single client. So why doesn't anybody get rich watching Iman Gadzhi? By the end of this video, you're going to know where his money really comes from, why his students are broke, and what he actually did that he conveniently forgets to mention when he's selling you the dream. Okay, real quick before we dive in. I didn't just watch a couple YouTube videos and decide to roast this guy. I spent 3 weeks going down the rabbit hole. I'm talking 50 plus sources, Reddit threads from people who actually bought his courses, Medium articles from students documenting their failures, industry reports on why agencies fail, revenue breakdowns, the whole deal. Look, I'm not here to simp for Iman or destroy him. We're just following the money and the receipts. And honestly, what I found is way more interesting than just calling him a scammer. Some of this stuff genuinely surprised me. All right, let's get into it. So who is Iman Gadzhi? He's basically Mr. SMMA, the face of social media marketing agencies on the internet. 5.78 million YouTube subscribers, thousands of students, and a personal brand built on this promise that anyone can escape their 9-to-5 by starting an agency. Here's why this matters to you. Thousands of people right now are wondering if SMMA is real, if Iman's legit, if they should drop $1,500 on his course, if they can actually quit their job and do this. Most people think Iman got rich running his agency, then made courses on the side to help others. His Instagram is all client results, case studies, business strategy. Everything screams successful agency owner. But when you actually follow where his money comes from, like really dig into the numbers, you realize something's off. And that agency everyone talks about, we need to discuss what happened to it because the plot twist is coming. All right, so let's start with what Iman says he does. According to his marketing, his courses, everything he puts out there, he's the SMMA king. He teaches you to start a social media marketing agency. You find local businesses that suck at Instagram and Facebook. You offer to fix their social media. They pay you $2,000 to $5,000 every single month. You deliver amazing results. Boom, 6-figure business from your laptop. The business model sounds beautiful, right? Like stupidly simple. Find a restaurant with 47 Instagram followers, offer to run their Facebook ads, charge them $3,000 a month. But here's the clever part. You don't actually do the work. You pay some freelancer from the Philippines or India like $300 to run the ads, and you pocket the $2,700 difference. It's like being the middleman between a business and a person who actually knows what they're doing. You're basically Uber for Facebook ads. And look, when Iman talks about this, he's got receipts, screenshots of client results, testimonials from students hitting $10,000 months, case studies of businesses going from zero to hero. IAG Media worked with legit brands. Everything looks solid. His courses promise to teach you the exact system, how to cold email clients, how to close deals on sales calls, what to charge, how to deliver without doing the work yourself, how to scale. The full blueprint, and thousands of people bought in $997, $1,500, whatever he was charging at the time. But here's where the story starts getting weird, like Netflix thriller weird. When you look at the timeline of when Iman actually ran his agency versus when he started selling courses, there's a pattern. And it's not the pattern you'd expect. Okay, so I'm about to show you where a man's money actually comes from. And I need you to pay attention because this is where everything clicks into place. Course sales through his Educate platform. $4 to $8 million per year. Let me say that again. $4 to $8 million. That's 50 to 60% of everything he makes. Around 5,000 people paying $1,500 every year for access to his courses. Not agency work, courses. His software, Agency Flow and Flowsy. These are tools that agency owners need. Another $2 to $4 million annually, which is about 20 to 30% of his money. So he's selling you the course, then selling you the software you need to use what he taught you. It's like if Domino's made you buy their pizza oven before you could order a pizza. YouTube ad revenue. With almost 6 million subscribers, you'd think that's where the big money is, right? Nope. Maybe $60,000 to $150,000 per year. That's lunch money compared to everything else. YouTube is just his marketing funnel. And here's the part that made my jaw hit the floor. Actual agency work, the thing he built his entire reputation on teaching, brings in maybe $600,000 to $1.2 million. That's like 10% of his income. And multiple people have confirmed he basically shut down his agency to focus on courses. So let me do the math for you. About 75 to 85% of Iman's wealth comes from teaching people how to do something he doesn't do anymore. It's like if Gordon Ramsay stopped cooking entirely, started selling cooking courses, but kept posting pictures of other people's food on Instagram, or if your gym trainer never worked out, but sold you a $1,500 program on how to get jacked. One person on Reddit even said that when Iman closed IAG Media, he just sent his clients to a friend's agency. Just gave them away. The business that made him famous? Gone. But the courses about that business? Still printing money every single month. Now let's talk about what happens to the actual people who buy these courses, because the Instagram stories show you the winners. Students making $10,000 months, quitting their jobs, posting from Bali. But when you go to Reddit, Medium, the actual review sites, completely different movie. First red flag, Iman doesn't publish any success rates. None. Zero. Like if 80% of your students were winning, wouldn't you scream that from the rooftops? Instead, silence. So I dug through 50 plus reviews, and here's what I found. Only 10 to 20% of students ever sign even one paying client. 1 out of 10. And 40 to 45% get absolutely nothing. Zero clients, zero money, after months of trying. Let me tell you about Bruce Wayne. No, not Batman. Just some guy on Medium. This dude watched all of Iman's free YouTube content, got super motivated, built a website, set up payment processing, the whole 9 yards. Then he sent 600 cold emails to businesses. You know how many clients he got? Zero. Not one. He offered to run Facebook ads for 100 businesses. Crickets. He switched to offering video editing. Sent 500 more emails. Offered to work for free for 3 people, actually did the free work, delivered the videos, and then all 3 people ghosted him, just disappeared. His breakthrough? He had to make 30 free videos for YouTubers, post them publicly, and basically beg for a meeting. That's what it took. And even then, the offer he got was trash. $1,000 a month for 15 videos. That's like $66 per video. You could make more delivering pizzas. Then there's Felipe. He actually dropped $1,499 on Agency Navigator. And to his credit, he did eventually sign a client 2 weeks after buying the course. But here's the thing. He'd already been trying to build an agency for a full year before buying it. He already had 2 clients. He was already in the game. The success stories all have the same pattern. They had business experience before. They had friends or connections they could call. They worked 40 plus hours a week on this, and they had enough money saved to survive 6 to 12 months of getting rejected over and over. That's not a course problem. That's a most people don't have those advantages problem. So why does basically everyone fail at this? And I'm not talking about people who gave up after a week. I'm talking about people who hustled for months. Why do 95 out of 100 people crash and burn? 3 reasons, and they're all brutal. Reason 1, everyone and their dog is doing SMMA now. There are over 60,000 digital marketing agencies in the US alone. That's up from 54,000 last year. And here's the crazy part. Iman's courses have created like 10,000 of those competitors. His own students are competing against each other using the exact same scripts, the exact same tactics, the exact same pitch. It's like if everyone at a job interview had the identical resume. Reason 2, the business model is basically a scam. Okay, hear me out. You charge a client $3,000, you pay a freelancer $300, you keep $2,700, but platforms like Upwork already connect businesses to freelancers for like a 20% fee. So you're asking businesses to pay you 500% more for what exactly? You're not the one running the ads. You don't even know how. You're literally just the middleman. It's like if someone charged you $100 to order Uber Eats on your behalf when you could just open the app yourself. And get this, Iman himself admits he can't run Facebook ads. He outsourced that part of his own agency. So the guy teaching you to sell Facebook ad services can't actually do Facebook ads. Let that sink in. It's like taking guitar lessons from someone who's never touched a guitar but watched a lot of YouTube videos about guitars. Reason 3, client acquisition is a nightmare. Industry data says 70% of agencies fail because they can't get clients. You need to reach out to 50 to 100 businesses every single day just to maybe book a call. One LinkedIn post said, if you're contacting less than 49 businesses a week, you're not even trying. So you're sending hundreds of cold emails that nobody replies to, making cold calls where people hang up on you, getting rejected constantly. And even if you do sign clients, there's a 25 to 50% chance they'll quit working with you within a year. So every year, you're replacing half your clients just to stay at the same income level. That's not passive income. That's not laptop lifestyle. That's a treadmill disguised as freedom. Here's what drives me crazy about this whole thing. Iman Gadzhi did build something impressive. I'm not saying he didn't, but what he actually did to get rich is completely different from what he teaches you to do. Check out this timeline. January 2017, he starts IAG Media immediately, and this is key. He starts posting YouTube videos documenting his journey. He's building an audience while building his agency. February February 2018, just 13 months later, he launches his first course. That course makes $1.1 million in year one from 1,100 students. That probably beat his entire agency revenue. 2019, he launches Grow Your Agency as an education company. 2020, launches Flowzy, his first software product. 2022, launches Agency Flow. 2023, everything's under educate.io, and the agency is basically a ghost town. But his courses teach you step 1, start an agency. They don't teach you steps 2 through 8, which is where he made all his money. And here's the timing trap nobody can escape. When Iman started in 2017, there were maybe a few hundred people doing SMMA globally. Facebook ads were cheap, the market was fresh, businesses had never heard this pitch before. By 2025, his own courses created thousands of people using his exact system, all competing for the same clients. He got rich because he was early. You're trying to get rich when the party's already over and someone's cleaning up red Solo cups. So is Iman Gadzhi legit, or is he scamming people? Here's my honest take. He's neither. He's just really smart about what business he's actually in. You know that old gold rush saying? The people who got rich during the gold rush weren't the miners. They were the people selling shovels to the miners. Iman sells shovels. Expensive, shiny, well-marketed shovels. Could you do what he did? Maybe. Everything he did is documented online. But here's the problem. You can't replicate timing. You can't be early to something that happened 8 years ago. You can't build a YouTube channel with 6 million subscribers overnight. You can't be the first SMMA guru when there are already 50 of them. The real truth? Iman makes money teaching SMMA. His students make money, if they're lucky, doing SMMA. And those are two completely different businesses with two completely different success rates. So why doesn't anybody get rich watching Iman Gadzhi? Because watching isn't doing. And even when you do exactly what he teaches, you're doing the thing he stopped doing to get rich. The pattern is always the same. Do thing, get some success, build audience, sell course about thing, stop doing thing, make way more money from course, repeat. Whether that's genius or manipulation depends on your perspective, but understanding the game means you won't get played by it. So what do you guys think? Is Iman a genius who figured out the real game, or is he selling dreams to desperate people? Drop a comment. I read every single one, and honestly, some of your ideas have turned into videos. And look, if you want more of these deep dives where we follow the money and figure out how these internet empires actually work, smash that subscribe button. Next week, we're doing Andrew Tate, where his money really comes from, what happened to Hustlers University, the whole story. And trust me, a man looks like an amateur compared to what Tate's been doing. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.